If you follow me on social media, you'll know that I love to share positive quotes. For me, I have had so many times in my life where I've read one sentence and it's given me the courage to do something that I've really wanted to do, or it's given me peace of mind about a certain tough situation that I was going through, or it helped me look at something in a different way or focus on the positive. And I really believe that words can be so powerful, and that's why I love to share positive quotes with you, or books that have positively impacted my life, or YouTube channels or other people who have inspired me, because I just kind of want to share that experience with others with the hopes that it inspires you or helps you in some way as well. In this video, I'm going to share with you some ideas that have really transformed my life, that have allowed me to develop a really strong, positive, optimistic outlook in life, and I just really want to share all of this information with you. It is going to be a bit of a longer video, so I recommend getting a glass of water, some tea, a coffee, or a 4-course meal, because it's going to be a long one. Alright, so I'm also going to put a lot of notes in the description box of everything that I've discussed in this video, so if there was something that was helpful for you and you didn't write it down, you can just check the notes and see if it's in there. The first idea that I'm going to share with you is a really simple sentence that I say often in my mind if I'm dealing with someone who is maybe in a bad mood, or I'm dealing with a difficult situation, anything dealing with people that is overwhelming or frustrating, or if I feel someone's trying to hurt my feelings, or someone is, being negative. It's such a simple little sentence that really does help me to stay calm when I'm dealing with people who are being difficult. And that is, hurting people hurt people. So when I'm in a situation and someone is gossiping to me, or maybe gossiping about me, or being in a really bad mood and just maybe unpleasant to deal with, I always remember that they're most likely going through something in their life that is causing them to be that way. Kind of like when you're little and there are bullies, you have to remember that the ones doing the bullying are usually the ones that are going through the biggest troubles within themselves, or the most upset or hurt or sad. And it's really hard to remember this sometimes, especially if someone is really upsetting you and you want to lash out, or you want to retaliate, or you want to tell them to knock it off and, tell them what's on your mind. And I have to remind myself that they're probably just trying to project all of this onto me because they're really hurting inside. And this doesn't mean that you're responsible to fix whatever's going on in their life, or that you should let people treat you badly, but it does help me to kind of stay present and to not get too heated when someone is acting in a way that I find to be hurtful. And so that little sentence, hurting people hurt people, just reminds me of that. Okay, so the next idea that I really want to share with you, and this one has really stayed with me. I absolutely love it, and I find the words to be really beautiful as well. Maybe I'll get some artwork done that has, this written on it. But words have wings, so speak good things. I've shared this before on my Instagram, Facebook, and probably in a video as well. And it's such a beautiful reminder to be responsible for the words that come out of your mouth. And words are powerful. Words are things. One sentence has the power to make someone feel beautiful, to make someone feel happy, to make someone believe in themselves, to give them encouragement. Or words can make someone feel insecure, can make someone cry, can make someone feel sad and terrible. To really own the responsibility over the words that come out of your mouth is so important. And a visual representation of, this idea would be, imagine that all the words that you say all day are written all over the walls in your house, or that they're a boomerang and you say something and it comes out right back to you. Do you want the words that you say to come back into your life? So if you're being gossipy, or if you are, insulting people or blaming people for things, is that really what you want to put out into the world? Is that what you want to come back into your life? And I just think that it's such a little simple sentence that explains something that is so powerful, which is to be aware of the words that you speak. It also is something that I always think about before I press record. Every time I make a video, I'm very aware that words are powerful, and I try to put a loving intention, a positive intention into the content that I create, because that's what I want to put into the world. I'm just gonna have a quick little drink. Raspberry tea. I've got my notes here. I'm just gonna cross out the ones that I've already said. Okay. Next, okay, this one comes from Marie Forleo. If you haven't checked out her YouTube channel or her website, she is amazing. She creates really high quality content with great ideas, and she has amazing guests. So she has these 20-minute plus long interviews that are just packed full of great content, and I highly, highly recommend it. I'll put a link in the description box to her channel. And one of the ideas that really, really stood out to me and that really helped me and gives me courage constantly to try new things is that everything is figure-outable. And Marie says this often on her channel, that everything is figure-outable. And it's just so simple, but it's very empowering at the same time, because it can be really overwhelming to try new things. You know, I've had times where I'm like, I'm gonna, do this, and I'll go online and try to figure it out, and I'm like, I don't know how to use WordPress. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that, and it frustrates you. But then I just think, okay, everything is figure-outable. There's probably a tutorial on it. There's probably some resource out there on the internet that will help me figure out anything that I need to figure out. And remembering that can really calm you down and can really empower you and give you the courage to pretty much do anything. And that's the beautiful thing about the world we live in right now, is that there's so much knowledge out there, and there's so many people who are willing to share what they know and share their experiences, that it makes it a lot easier for you to figure out anything that you would need to know. And this one might sound simple, but I just find it so helpful. So next time you feel like you're overwhelmed and you don't know what you're doing, or you're not sure if you should even start something, just tell yourself, everything is figure-outable. I might not know what I need to know now, but I can take the first step to at least research what I need to know and kind of get the wheels in motion. And it's just, I love that one. So I wanted to share with you. All right, on to the next. Actually, kind of included with that last one that I just mentioned is work from Tracy, who is a motivational speaker, a business coach, and so much more. You should check out his website and YouTube channel. But he talks a lot about habits, and if you currently don't have the skills you need to do what you want to do or to be the kind of person you want to be, you can develop new habits through repetition. And that was something that was really, really inspiring to me. I used to listen to like 5-hour-long Tracy audios when I was on my long nature walks, and he just really, really helped me with that whole idea that you can create the habits that you need to have to be the type of person that you want to be. And so you could want to be a total fitness buff and a really fit person, and right now you don't feel like you're anywhere near that. You can develop the habits that that type of person has just through repetition. It might sound oversimplified, but I actually think that that was something that really made me feel like I was capable of change. A lot of the times, once you're grown up, you kind of feel like I am who I am, and this is just who I'm going to be forever, and if I don't have certain skills, it just wasn't meant to be for me. But I just find that to be such an inspiring and empowering idea that, hey, you can develop new habits. You could have lived the first however many decades of your life not knowing something, and decide to want to have certain habits and create them. And all of a sudden, a few weeks, months, or years passes, and you are a totally different person with new habits. If you were super unorganized before, you could develop the habits to become a super organized person. If you were not really the healthiest person, you could really focus on health and create those habits. And if you were an overspender, you can create the habits of someone who is really money savvy and really smart with saving and investing money. So I just find that that is also very empowering. So check out Tracy. Okay, next. And this whole idea for this video actually started just from me writing a journal entry. That's where I get a lot of the ideas for what I share with you. I will just, write out ideas or write out things that are on my mind, and then sometimes I kind of thread those different ideas together and think, hey, why just keep this in my journal where no one else gets to see it? Why not speak it out loud and share it on the internet, and maybe it'll make someone feel better, or maybe it'll inspire someone in some way. So that's that. Okay, so this one is a more recent one, and I have mentioned it in a video recently, but it's really great and it's worth repeating again. And this idea came from Seth Godin, and it just really made me feel great. And so I was just like, sometimes you hear something and it just gives you relief about something that you've been feeling. And you're just like, that simple idea just really made me feel good and just gave me clarity. And so that's what this one was. And this one really helped me with not having to be a people pleaser and not becoming overly concerned with the opinions people have of me, or trying to portray or trying to make sure that everyone likes me or everyone has a certain opinion of me and thinks highly of me, because that can be exhausting and it's impossible. I'm going to try to say it in the way that Seth Godin said it. And basically what he said was, if someone doesn't like your work, that's okay, because it just wasn't for them. It was for other people. It was for the people that did resonate with it. Meaning, I can use my example with YouTube. Say someone watches my video and they're just like, I don't get this, or I don't like this, or, whatever. Say they want to say a negative comment. I could read that and take it personally and really focus on it and dwell on it and think, how can I change so that I can please that one person? How can I change my videos, or change the way I speak, or change what I create so that that person will like me? That is just focusing on one person who doesn't like what you do, instead of focusing on all the other people who are saying amazing things and who are really enjoying the content that you create. And so the next time you feel like you're dwelling on a criticism that someone gave to you, just think, well, it's not for you. If you don't like, if you want to criticize what I'm wearing, then this type of dress, this type of style is just not for you. And it kind of helps you detach from taking things so personally, and it brings your attention back to all of the people in your life who are saying wonderful things about what you do and do appreciate it and are supportive. And so I really, really like that one. Okay, next. The last idea that I'm going to share with you is probably the one that has been most profound in my life, and I actually haven't spoken about it too much on my channel, because I don't even know if I would properly put it into words. In a way, it seems a little bit obscure to me, and I might not be really clear at explaining it, so I really highly recommend reading the books of Neville Goddard. They're all online for free, and all of the audio is online for free. Basically, his main principle that he speaks about is the powerful use of our human imagination. I still remember the moment that I was reading this book. Okay, so I'll tell you the whole story. If you've been watching my vlogs from way back, like a year ago, I used to take a nature walk when I lived in our old condo. I used to take this one long nature walk, and close to the end of it, there was a little book share area where you could leave books and, take books, and kind of like a little free library. And one of the books that I took was this book by Neville Goddard. I had never heard of him before, and I was just like, I just randomly picked it up, and I'm like, this is a short read, I'll take this one. And I brought it with me to go get my hair done. And I remember sitting in my seat, getting my hair done at the salon, and reading this book, and it was just like, it was just like, like it was the definition of an aha moment. Like I was flipping through those pages so fast, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I knew that my life was being changed from reading this book. And then I went online and found out that he had written a lot of different books, and I was just like, so taking in everything. Okay, I'm going to try to explain this the best I can. The power of imagination. And basically what Neville Goddard says is that human beings have this unique power of imagination, and just because it's something that we've had since we were kids, we don't realize how amazing it really is. The fact that we can, use our mind like a human movie projector and envision a scene that's not actually taking place right here and now in our minds. We can use that to create the life that we really want to live and experience. And for example, right now I could close my eyes and I can picture myself on a tropical beach wearing a beautiful outfit that I want to wear with the love of my life and all of my best friends, and laughing and having an amazing time. I can picture the music, I can picture the scent of coconuts and pineapples, and I can hear the ocean waves, and I can, envision everything that I want to picture. Like, I can just create a beautiful scene that's not actually happening right here. What he says is that people always focus on what they see physically here and now, and that's what keeps them stuck in the current place they are, rather than becoming the person that they want to be, or to living the life that they really in their hearts want to live, because they're focused on what is reality. And a simplified way of saying it is, he basically says to fake it till you make it. To basically live as though you already have the life that you really want to live, or that you're already that person. And he goes into great detail about how to do that, and how to overcome the things that keep you stuck in, maybe some negative situations that you're experiencing in life. And I just thought that it was just such an amazing book. For me, just reading his content was just one aha moment after another, and I absolutely loved it. I highly recommend reading his content. It's all out there for free. If you want to go to audioenlightenment.com or Audio Enlightenment YouTube channel, there is a lot of Neville audio on there, as well as, I think there are actually YouTube channels just dedicated to Neville Goddard's lectures and his audiobooks spoken out loud. So I recommend checking those out. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was really fun for me to film. As you can see, I get passionate about it because I just love sharing this stuff. When you have things that helped you, it just feels good to, share it with other people, and kind of, as I said, words have wings to speak good things. For me, this is speaking good things. And I hope that these words have wings and go out into the world and, are heard by the people who want to hear it and who really need to hear it. And so thumbs up if you enjoy these longer videos. I can definitely make some more of them. And I also want to do a Q&A. So if you have a question for me, don't be shy. It can be about anything that is in your heart that you really just want to ask me, or if it's a specific topic like something health related, veganism related, anything like that, feel free to ask that as well, and I would love to include it in a video. Alright, I hope you have an amazing day. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!